Hey, it's a Tuesday. It's Rumor and Innuendo. I'm Dominic D'Angelo of AdFreeShows.com, Podcast Heat Wrestling, Studio1Sports.com, and I'm here with Mr. Robert Karplus, WE Creative _ish. Robert, I got a big announcement to make, big time announcement here. D'Angelo Brothers Security is now open for business.
Yeah,
There it is.
I got a fun big announcement to make.
Oh,
I host a show with Dominic D'Angelo every Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, plethora of platforms. We sit and talk professional wrestling for the better part of 30 minutes.
yes.
At no point yesterday, during the entire discussion of the Royal Rumble, Raw preview, subsequent text messages, does he go, "Hey, by the way, there's a chance Marcus may be on Raw tonight." I'm watching Monday Night Raw. I'm watching the opening segment, and I go, "Holy D'Angelo, that looks like Marcus." And I text Dom, and Dom's response was, "I'm not watching."
I didn't watch in time.
Dude, what a world. Yes. It's so eerie how he looks like you, yet not like you.
It is.
It's like the 96 Mission Impossible where Tom Cruise wears masks of people. Like he's going to pull it off and it's just you underneath it. But what a debut. Marcus D'Angelo. What a star. Roman Reigns should have picked him.
He should have picked him, right? You know, I don't know why Marcus didn't make a Rumble appearance, but there's more for that. D'Angelo Brothers Security now open for business. We're taking clients, everybody. FYI. But Robert, we got to say hi to some folks in the chat here after what was a eventful Monday Night Raw for sure. Triple E happens to say, "What's up? The real star of Raw was Marcus D'Angelo, and the Muppet Show special airs tomorrow. When is the next Fonzie episode? Tomorrow, probably. Triple E.
All right. Cammy Star says, after morning all.
Yes.
Willie Thornbrew says, that was probably the best Roman Reigns promo I've ever seen. So excited for WrestleMania next week. Oh, wait. Devin Dowling going, Ayo, I think I caught my son and wife's COVID.
Oh, boy. Marty's excited, too.
I don't like that he pluralized wives. What's going on at the Devin Dowling household? I don't know what sort of Mormon enclave he's living at. Yeah, I'm gonna get the pup.
Go get Marty.
I'm here. You can keep reading, saying hello to people.
Wrestling Old Head says, good after morning. R&I, Punk and Reigns, cooked at high temperature. We surely will be talking about that. Wanna Breeze, which is Jeff Hanger, says, hello, R&I. After the promo last night, I'm sold for Punk and Roman for WrestleMania. And Tony Gong chimes in. Also, no wonder Braun didn't go after Pierce. He didn't want the D'Angelo smoke. That's a fact, Jack. The real brothers are not the Steiner brothers. It's the D'Angelo brothers. And Kimmy Star also adds, wow, what a great brother.
Yeah, you're what a supportive, loving brother you are, Dom.
That is. Devin Dowling also adds that Marcus was under the hood on the Rumble. Could be.
It's very possible. But,
very possible.
All right, come here, yeah.
Look at Marty. What a pooch.
What a monster. I feel bad that he has to be here for this because I guess we're going to talk Raw.
We are going to talk Raw, Robert.
And I hated that finish more than I think I've hated just about anything WWE has done in the last 6 years.
You mean the ending? Like
the ending of Monday Night Raw. That final promo, the story, all of it.
Whoa, okay.
Outright hate to the point where I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't show up today.
That bad for you?
Oh, yeah. This was we'll get to Raw. Let's get to Raw, Dom.
We'll just ease our way into it. Step by step, day by day, just like TGIF. Yes, Robert.
Which is really funny that you mentioned that because there is a Patrick Duffy moment coming up later on in this episode.
Are you serious? Wow. How about that?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't the opening segment, which had Braun Breaker taking over Raw as he flipped a table, was irate about his second draw in the Rumble entrant, but also being attacked. He was furious and wanted answers. And thankfully, security came out to protect Adam Pearce. And the tempers got tampered. What do you think of the opening segment here, Robert?
Oddly confusing. It's clear that they've made a little bit of a story pivot here, and the idea is that Braun Breaker is distancing himself from the Vision, or the Vision is distancing themselves from Braun Breaker, and that it's very possible that they attacked Braun in the same way that they attacked Seth earlier. So
Hmm.
the idea that the rest of the Vision is dealing with the LA Knight problem and the Lucha problem and all that, and Braun Breaker is being intentionally kept away from everyone. Let's hope there's a plan and a point to all this.
I think there is, right? Like it's
Well,
there's
it's WWE, not AEW, so yes, there is in theory a plan in place. This didn't just happen.
right, right. Yeah, good little opening segment to kind of mix things up a little bit because they immediately cut to Braun walking at ringside, and so it wasn't your typical "oh, here's a recap of what happened at Royal Rumble." They got to that right after that segment, but I liked how they kind of set everything up. We had an opening match: Javon Evans taking on El Grande Americano. This was a fun opener, Robert, for a lot of reasons. Javon Evans is super talented. Love El Grande Americano, that kind of thing. But then we get the original El Grande Americano coming out and costing the second Grande Americano his match.
That dash to the El Grande Americano, running afoul of El Grande Americano. It's dogs and cats living together. It's
Mass
perros and
hysteria.
gatos living together. That's the Foreign Language Honor Society speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, fun match. Smart decision to use Javon Evans to kind of further a different storyline altogether. He's a guy who's now getting additional ring time with Ludwig Kaiser, who's a hell of a worker. Maybe
Who?
next week El Grande Americano. Maybe they run it back next week, and instead of El Grande Americano, he takes on El Grande Americano.
Mm.
Little opportunity for him to work with Gable.
Who?
Makes a lot of sense. Read the room. Makes a lot of sense. I think it's a smart decision, and it's a fun little mid-card storyline.
Javon Evans is very lanky. He's very like deceptively lanky, right?
He's very tall,
Yeah.
and it's makes what he does that much more enjoyable. Where I think he's going to run into a little bit of an issue is he does remind me body type wise of when I first worked with Swerve. And Swerve was also tall, but very thin. And it's like now that he's kind of filled out and bulked up, you get a more complete performer. Same criticism was lobbied against Will Ospreay.
True, true. I was getting to, I mean, maybe it just covers his style, but I was also getting some Jeff Hardy kind of vibes a little bit, which is not a bad thing. So,
Well, it depends on if he can piss clean or not.
oh, hey, well, was this clean? We had Gunther coming out to AJ Styles' music, and he rubbed it in that he's the one to defeat AJ, and then we get a little heat from Dragon Lee coming in and attacking, but to no effort as he got choked out by Gunther.
Yeah, rough night for luchadors. El Grande
Yeah.
Americano's getting attacked, then Dragon Lee getting straight up murdered. This is the segment that first gave me real pause, and I went, something is rotten in Denmark. What are they doing with Gunther? This whole I'm gonna play the wacky AJ Styles music and then come out and belly laugh. Like, no, the way this works is he needs to be an indifferent killer.
Right.
He needs to be this guy of, yes, I retired him. I retired John Cena. I retired Gunther. I'll retire anyone. No one can beat me. Come at me, bro.
Shouldn't he also be angry that he lost the Rumble? I was kind of thinking that too.
Well, that was the other part that we had talked about. This notion that he would have won, but for the attacks to his calf.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get to it, Dom. I promise.
We'll get to it. Indeed.
I promise.
Well, Obafemi got to it too as he wrecked the War Raiders.
God, I hated
for
this episode of Raw. Holy hell! Now that I look at it more, what a this. I should have just watched Collision.
There's different ways to get Obafemi over than annihilate two monster tag team members, right? There's different ways to do it.
The War Raiders are a license to print money in so many ways. They're a big, formidable tag team. If you have a tag division, there's no reason not to keep them strong. They're really talented. Ivar showed, even when he was a singles competitor, that he can get himself over. He's nimble, he's agile. They're good promos. They're unique in characterization. They're not too cartoony because Eric truly is a Viking enthusiast. This is what he like. His personal Facebook page is pictures of him, doing Viking stuff. Ivar wears that beard every day of his life. Those are not the dudes that you're feeding to Obafemi.
No, shouldn't be at all.
It was such a strange decision that it did feel like, are they just getting rid of the War Raiders? Because you don't come back from that.
Wrestling Old Ed asks it, are the War Raiders about to be released? It does feel that way.
I would hope that they get. I mean, as I don't want, you never want anybody to get released, but it's like, if this is what you're doing with these guys, let them go make money elsewhere. Let them go.
Absolutely.
Let them go. I mean, imagine you take these guys, you put them on TNA, and you get those guys versus the Righteous,
There you go. Yeah.
War Raiders versus the Hardys.
Even better.
I mean, there you go. Instead, they did this with Obafemi, and it was like the response that I had from it was not, "Oh man, this is so cool to see what Obafemi's doing." This is a horrible misuse of talent.
That's exactly what I thought.
I don't want to be thinking that.
I don't want to. Yeah, we should be thinking about, man, what a badass Obafemi is. But there's a different way to do it than have him wreck two monster tag team people. Like it does not. There should have been a different way to do it. Definitely should have been. Hey, monster tag teams. The Bella Twins are back, Robert, and we got a little promo from them staking their claim for that women's tag division. I know you're happy the Bellas are back. What do you think, Rob?
I don't know what in God's name that promo was. Nikki went out there, thought the crowd was booing her. Bree tried to tell her, well, they're not. But Nikki then just assumed it was like heel mode. And so she's like, it's your favorite tag team. I know everyone's so excited to see us. I'm like, friggin' Saudi Arabia was happy to see you. Those poor people trying to see over LED lights were really excited to see Nikki and Brie Bella. And rather than accept the fact that, yeah, these people like you, Nikki was like, well, now I'm going to be a heel. It made absolutely no sense, to the point where everybody else in the crowd by the end was like, all right, I guess they're heels. And they're the original tag team, like they're the original like Cookie. I don't understand it. Like at the mall, they're an Orange Julius. This was just terrible. And the worst part is they are going to take a spot from a tag team who probably deserves it. We've said all along, I feel like they're going to go with a 6-pack women's tag title match with representatives from Raw and SmackDown. Makes the most sense. And it feels like we're going to wind up seeing the Bellas in one of those spots.
Well, I mean, if you're being sensible about it, though, I mean, even Corey Graves mentioned how like Total Divas was a big thing, and all that. It makes sense to put them in the match, even if they are taking a spot.
Okay, well, yes, you're right. Jersey Shore was a big show. Let's use Snooki. What a WrestleMania moment that is. It's like Devin Dowling says, my wife loves the Bella Twins, so I'm all for these two being back. They're not here for the male marks. They're here for the Total Divas fans. Total Divas was a very long time ago, number one. Number two, there's no Total Divas, Total Bellas still on the air, where the Bellas are at the zeitgeist of pop culture and have the ability to in turn promote WrestleMania. It's not like you're getting a behind the scenes Total Bellas episode about, oh man, they're back, and someone may watch this on E and be like, yeah, I'm going to go tune into WrestleMania. So it's not giving someone a platform who's going to bring in new eyeballs, and the wrestling fans who are already there do not want to see the Bellas wrestle at WrestleMania. You want to bring them back for a random, Judgment Day or Great Balls of Fire or whatever, fine. But to put them in a potential match where you're going to have, let's say Rhea and Io and the Kabuki Warriors and Lash and Nia and Bailey and Lyra, next.
Okay, I guess it's a fair point. It's a fair point. Cammy also adds she watched Total Divas, but she didn't watch it for the Bellas. There you go.
No, I mainly watched it for Natalia's kitchen.
Ah, yes.
Well-designed kitchen.
I know what you watched Raw for, though, was LA Knight meddling in the business of Bronson Reed and Penta.
So there was a moment where I was watching Penta versus Bronson Reed, and I was like, this feels like it could be a bigger match than it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And we're building with this. Well, no, LA Knight's interfering because it feels like, well, they just need something for LA Knight to do. LA Knight is a good mid-level foil to go after the Vision in the same way you used to see Diamond Dallas Page go after the NWO.
Mid-level DDP, no way.
Mid-level guy like Diamond Dallas Page going after the NWO.
Oh,
You were
hard
like,
to
he's
disagree.
not the guy who's going to topple it, but it's like, all right, he's sitting there and fighting the good fight. But at the end of the day, the true value on Raw is the Vision and what they do going forward. Penta should be a bigger name, bigger deal than LA Knight because I think he's got a marketable look. He's obviously very talented in the ring. He brings in a disparate amount of audiences. LA Knight is there. What's the ultimate payoff? That we're going to see Penta and LA Knight and Rey Mysterio versus the three members of the Vision at the Elimination Chamber?
Well, that's an interesting one to think about. I don't know.
There is no significant payoff.
Yeah.
Warner Breeze says, so does this end with LA Knight being the stalker? Yes, he is going to take out Sarah Undertaker.
I have to heavily disagree with DDP being a mid-level adversary for the NWO. He's the one that really shifted everything for it. Way more than LA Knight would.
Because they so badly botched Sting.
Well, I mean,
and what's so funny is Sting lived through this.
Mm-hmm.
And his best friend in the world, obviously, is Darby Allin.
Yes.
Who was supposed to be the guy to bring down the Death Riders.
Oh, boy. Why are we bringing this up today?
Because I'm just, dude, this is a Tuesday. I was so pumped. Like, it's the Raw after Rumble. This is going to be fun. Let's see what they got. And all of these decisions are just like, what was the thing that Jim Ross used to say? They're pet coon goofy.
This is goofier than a pet coon.
I just said. You just chose to say it differently.
I said it.
Anyway,
not goofy is Dirty Dom's new mustache. He returned,
dude,
and him and Liv Morgan celebrated. And Oh, go ahead.
It wasn't the mustache. It was the glasses.
Was it? It was a little bit both. He was like a hot Ned Flanders.
So it was stupid, sexy Flanders.
Stupid, sexy Flanders, Robert.
There was definitely a vibe of don't check his trailer. There may be children in there, Dateline style.
Oh boy.
Maybe not on the weekend of the Epstein files have come out.
Probably not.
You want him dressed like that, but that's where we're at. Liv's shirt was absolutely hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Her interaction with Raquel was fine, and then we got Raquel and Stephanie Vaquer, and that table that chose not to break. That's rough.
Yeah, that didn't help matters. I like it. I mean, I like the aspect of the street fight, and it made me want though, like Raquel winning the championship, and then her and Liv Morgan, because I think there's just more of a story there with that.
It's Shawn and Diesel.
Yeah, 100%.
I get it. I get what we're trying to tell in theory, but I think that part of the issue is the main event segment. And it's like, that's why everything else felt a little disconnected. Like Liv at least was presented the correct way here versus how she was presented at the end of the Rumble. The end of the Rumble, it was high fives all around. She's great. This was, she's a heel. And whoever she faces, we're going to boo Liv.
Well, if you look closely at her shirt, it didn't say all the girls want Dom Mysterio. It was all the girls want Dom D'Angelo. It's true. Nothing?
I got nothing. There was a main event segment, Dom.
There was a main event segment. It was Roman Reigns walking out. Then we had a commercial break. And then Roman Reigns spoke. And then he got interrupted by CM Punk. And they had what I really enjoyed for a promo. And to be honest, really hyped me for WrestleMania. I bought into Roman Reigns after this. I was all for it, Robert, but you feel a different way, and I want to hear it.
To me, there's the highest and best use of the talent on the roster and the number of spots that there are for Mania. And we've talked about this before, and we've talked about the lay of the land and sort of the best way to serve all masters. WWE is very much risk averse right now going into Las Vegas. They want to make sure that this show is sold out, that this gets global notoriety, because next year's show in 2027, no one cares about ticket sales. It is in Saudi. It is a paid for show. So
Right.
every ticket they sell is gravy on top of the fact that they're getting a significant fee just for going to Saudi Arabia. They're not necessarily outside of Green Shirt Guy. You're not going to get a lot of people flying over there for this show. This Mania, you want to get the international audience flying to a centralized destination. Vegas paid a lot of money to get WrestleMania back for a second year because they want that travel and tourism dollar. So the pressure was on WWE to deliver big time matches. And we had hypothesized and said it seemed logical that the big time matches would be CM Punk defending his world title against someone and Roman Reigns challenging on SmackDown. You're getting two big names, two different spots. The option that they went with undercut so many people and so many storylines that is genuinely legitimately baffling. And I know there was some stories a couple weeks ago that they've rejiggered the plans for Mania. This feels like somebody played a card somewhere. The most logical steps were Roman Reigns going after Cody Rhodes. The notion that Roman Reigns, ever since losing the title at WrestleMania to Cody, he's lost his bloodline. He's not the tribal chief. He's essentially become a part-timer. He is not the central focus of this organization. And for a guy who in character has an ego, wants that back. Cody is feuding with Drew. He's feuding with Fatu. You can throw those guys in an elimination chamber, and there's a way where Cody gets that title back. He was QB1. He had finished the story. He was champion, then lost it to John Cena. Realized how precarious it was, got it back, lost it to Drew. And now there's a desperate version of Cody Rhodes. There's this guy who wants to keep this top spot, but he's got all these people coming after him. Friend, foe, he's doing the press, he's living on a bus, it's starting to wear it on him. So now you've got a desperate Cody who wants to keep this title, a desperate Roman who needs this for his identity. Boom, there's a main event storyline for SmackDown. On the Raw side of the ledger, you had Liv Morgan win the Women's Royal Rumble. And they
Correct.
said she's going to main event WrestleMania. You have not had a women's match main event WrestleMania for the last few years when they've absolutely deserved one of those spots. Not because of, well, we need to check a box, but because they have genuinely been one of the best parts of your show. And Liv winning, it was like, well, how are we going to get to, in theory, Liv versus Rhea? Big name, big name.
Sure.
What we saw on Raw was Liv going after Stephanie Vaquer, which is a fine Mania match. That is not a main event, which means Punk is going to have to main event one of the nights. And the guy that you've been building up for the last several months is Gunther. And the culmination of Gunther's story is the guy who has mowed down talents of the past, like a Goldberg, like a Cena, like an AJ, and is now going after the old man Logan version of CM Punk. The guy who, during the pre-show for the Saudi Royal Rumble, was basically saying, like, I don't know how many years I got left. I'm going to give it all that I've got. And now it's the old grizzled vet going in there against this unstoppable buzzsaw of a monster. Instead, what we got on Raw was Gunther as kind of a clown going after Dragon Lee, of all people, Liv Morgan going after Stephanie Vaquer, which does not feel like a WrestleMania main event, and then a CM Punk Roman Reigns interaction where it was part-timer versus part-timer, bringing up personal beef in a non-kayfabe sense that the majority of your current audience should not give a damn about. It was, hey, Roman, I heard what you said on Pat McAfee's show. Yeah, what he saw on Pat McAfee's show is he was blaming creative for not coming up with good storylines and the talent not stepping up in those storylines. Again, discussing fake things outside of the kayfabe world that you're in. You then have Roman Reigns bringing up a Colt Cabana podcast from a decade ago. Your audience it's not fresh. It's not new. It's weird sour grapes, insidery, bull that your crowd should not care about going into WrestleMania. It should be storyline driven to get to whatever that main event is. You saw Roman and Punk getting along at War Games, and then Roman's like, that was all nonsense. We really hate each other. Based on what? What have they shown us on television in the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months that makes you think these guys hate each other? We just saw them headline WrestleMania last year with Seth involved, who did a lot of the heavy lifting to make this match work. And now he's not there, and you're expecting a Roman Reigns CM Punk match where the crowd is not going to know what the hell to do. You either get people who are going to like Punk less, which isn't a great thing going into he's selling a video game and he's the face of your show, or they're going to like Roman less, and Roman's not a full-fledged heel. And Roman isn't going to be a full-time star the night after WrestleMania. Punk's still going to be there. This gets you nothing. The way that I described this to the working stiff guys was, it's like a scene in the next Avengers movie where Dr. Doom pulls off his mask and the Thing goes, Jesus Christ, Robert Downey, how much money do you need? That's what this was. This was two guys who privately don't seem to like each other, airing personal grievances from a shoot sense. Yes, we know it's a work, but in a shoot sense, on a work program. This was not, I think that I should be world champion. This was, I don't like crap you said about me. You don't like crap that I've said about you. I'm a part-timer. You were a part-timer. You left to go to AEW, and now you're back. So let's fight. And oh, by the way, before we finish our promo, Drew McIntyre is a joke. The world title he has doesn't mean anything. SmackDown is by far the lesser show. A scorched earth promo of such stupidity across the board that I understand the bells and whistles to be excited in the immediacy, but long term, nothing good came out of this finale of Raw. Nothing good, and the next few months are going to be. Oh, and poor Finn Balor.
True.
They bet the whole show building Finn Balor is going to go take on CM Punk. He's about as a lame duck challenger as you're going to get. This feels like when they did that February show going right before Mania, and it was like Kevin Owens was like, there was like, we're going to do Rock and Cena or Kevin Owens. It's like, what are we doing, guys? I give up. I hate this. Dom, your brother should have just run out there and tackled both of them.
Look, I think you make some compelling cases for why this is not compelling as it should be. I do think it is a compelling matchup, though. You go back, people would have been conflicted with Rock versus Austin, and people were, I think. And so you get these two names that household, like casual fans will associate with immediately. It's one-on-one. You can build the excitement up for it. And yeah, plus you're ringing that bell for the ardent fans to be like, oh yeah, they're referencing the podcast from years back. Ooh, okay. So you're getting that,
which is AEW crap. That's what AEW does, and they want to bring up all the other insider stuff. Because you're not bringing in Colt Cabana, you're not playing clips from the podcast, you're not talking about AEW.
WWE doesn't tap into that well that often, so when they do it, it kind of means a little bit more something. But
they didn't need to, and it's such a panic move that they didn't need to make a panic move because they had so many other options.
I'm with you on the aspect that they did diminish Drew. They diminished the other title. I didn't like that at all. The Finn point is great too. I completely agree with that. But I think this is a fresher matchup than having Roman and Cody. I understand the storytelling element and building up to it, but I really don't think you're going to get something that star power like enticing for this Mania. It just feels like a repeat.
I do not, in any situation whatsoever, see where this is going to end well for the company. But
we'll see.
We will discuss this, as we do every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, including the WWE Creative_ISH X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Rumor and Innuendo, Podcast Heat, and ad-free shows. So on behalf of the more feared D'Angelo brother, Dominic, I'm Robert Karplus. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Very happy for brother Marcus. D'Angelo Security, open for... Shh.